The evolution of calendars. Why our year isn't what you think. 1. Early calendars. Using the moon and Sunday. A long time ago, people needed a way to track time for farming, celebrations, and important events. They based their calendars on the moon or the sun. Lunar calendars. Some early people used the moon's cycle, where a month was the time it takes for the moon to go through its full cycle, about 29.5 days. Solar calendars. Others, like the Egyptians, used the sun's path to track the year, which is about 365 days long. 2. The Egyptian calendar. Around 4,000 years ago, the Egyptians created a solar calendar with 12 months, each having 30 days. But this only added up to 360 days, so they added 5 extra days to make up for the remaining time. These extra days were spent honoring their gods. 3. The Roman calendar. The start of our year. The Romans first used a lunar calendar, but it wasn't very accurate. In 45 BCE, Julius Caesar introduced a new calendar based on the sun, called the Julian calendar. This calendar had 365 days, with an extra day added every 4 years, called a leap year, to make up for the extra 0.24 days. This is when the January 1st date for the new year started. 4. The Gregorian calendar. Fixing the Julian calendar. Even though the Julian calendar was better, it still wasn't perfect. It was off by about 11 minutes each year, which added up over time, causing the calendar to get out of sync with the seasons. In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII created the Gregorian calendar to fix this. The new system made leap years more accurate by skipping a leap year every 100 years, except for years divisible by 400. This is the calendar most of the world uses today. 5. Different calendar systems. Even though most of the world uses the Gregorian calendar, other cultures still use different calendars. The Hebrew calendar. Used by Jewish people for religious purposes, it combines both the moon and the sun. The Islamic calendar. This calendar only uses the moon, so it's a bit shorter than the solar year. That's why Islamic holidays move earlier by about 11 days each year. The Chinese calendar. It uses both the moon and the sun to track time, and is used for holidays like Chinese New Year. 6. Leap years. Leap years are why our calendar seems a little tricky. Every 4 years, we add an extra day, February 29th, to make up for the fact that the Earth's trip around the sun isn't exactly 365 days. Without leap years, our calendar would slowly drift away from the seasons. 7. Why the calendar still isn't perfect. Even though we made a lot of adjustments, the calendar still isn't perfect. The Earth's orbit isn't a perfect fit for our calendar, so over centuries, dates slowly shift. But for most practical purposes, the Gregorian calendar works just fine for us. Conclusion. Why our year isn't what you think. The calendar we use today wasn't just created overnight. It's the result of thousands of years of changes and improvements, from the moon to the sun, from ancient Egypt to the Pope. While it's not perfect, it's a system that helps us keep track of time, seasons, and the world around us. If you like this video, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss more amazing history stories. Let's make this year a great one together.